with all the hatred and violence and division going on in the world, it really calls us to reflect perhaps on our own inner state of being when we see all this happening out there, when we see it in our face, when we experience it viscerally, when we feel an emotion, we feel triggered by it, we feel called by it. That's something to really look at, to really pay attention to really understand. There's so much violence and hatred due to a great misunderstanding of truth. Humanity is under a great spell and a great misunderstanding. This is the times we're living in. It's an information warfare, it's a spiritual warfare, it's a warfare with ourselves. We're battling with ourselves, but we're battling it with a lie. We're holding on to a lie. And the lie, the greatest lie, is the belief in separation. Is this belief that we're this separate person and we gotta just look out for this body. That's it. It's me against the world. Everything's happening to me constantly, and I'm just in defense. Everything's out here in the world is coming to me, and I need to defend something. But this is a trick of the mind, which really ties into how the world is these days, this current day and age. Everything you're seeing right now in this visual field is generated through the mind. Everything you smell, taste, sense, feel, hear is all generated through the mind. And when you ask yourself, where is that mind? Where am I? Who am I? All you're going to get is a bunch of stories, a bunch of thoughts. When you look at this visual experience and you just allow it to be what it is, a visual appearance apparently happening, and when you hear and you listen and you see that it's really just sound, and what's appearing is really appearing to no one. There's nobody here. There's no separate somebody here. And you can go down the rabbit hole and you can inquire into this, into your true nature. Who are you? What are you? What is this? And the answers, the true answer is not going to come in the form of a thought. It's going to come in the form of it's different for everyone, but it could be an experience, it could be just a sense, it could be you just realize something, you just wake up to something. And that awakening, that initial shift in identity is sort of the loosening of identity, this loosening of the need to identify with something. And these days it's just spiraled out of control. There's all sorts of identities and masks that we're wearing. These are just disguises. These are disguises of the ego. The ego wants to wear many masks. It wants to be many things other than true nature. Because in order to embody truth, in order to be to just be a human being, to just be that pure presence in a flow state, the ego isn't present. The ego isn't in charge. This control mechanism, or this illusion, this belief in control, just takes a back seat. It's in the back seat, and the front seat driver is then just allowed to continue doing what it does, which is what is playing out here in real time. And real time is a funny term. To me, real time is just what's happening right now. And it's only ever happening right now. You cannot physically go visit the past. You cannot physically go visit the future. You can only do that through thought, and that's not even accurate. We know our thoughts, our memories, all these things are just distortions. They're just reflections. They're not this. They're not this. So as much as you want to change the past, or you want to project into the future and manipulate the future how you see fit to your personal self, there's something bigger at play here. And this deep-rooted belief in separation, and it's me against the world, and everything revolves around me, and there's something distinct in me that's separate from everyone else, and it's worth defending and fighting for, and even hurting others. All that is a lie. So any sort of hatred or violence, we either see people hurting each other or hurting themselves. It's this violence towards ourself is really just the suffering inner child, the suffering shadow, the suffering ego that just hasn't gotten the attention it's asking for. So it lashes out. It either inflicts harm on others or it inflicts harm on itself. It wants to end itself. So it does that either through ending another life or ending its own life, because it thinks that that's how it's going to escape. There's no escaping the self. There's no escaping your true nature. There's no escaping presence, because it's here. It's always here. It always has been. It's just this. It's so stupid simple, and it's nothing special. I'm not special. This is not special. This is just what is. When you look into your experience, when you look deeply into your experience, when you drop in to what is happening and you look and you ask questions, see what questions come to mind, ask them, and don't look for answers in the mind. You'll see that all thoughts are really just rooted in this idea of separation. They're really just rooted. If you just sit with this and you see what thoughts come up and you just notice them, you'll see that 99% of them are just about you in the past or in the future. They're just a selfish self, just selfing. It's just me, myself, and I. And if they're about what's happening right now, even that is just a distortion. It cannot touch true presence. It cannot touch what's happening right now. It can only describe or reflect or distort. Nothing can touch this. So these times we're in, I think more now than ever, it's wise to really drop into presence and recognize what's going on within us, and look for those little pieces of us that need healing. It's not out there. That you're not going to get the healing out there. You're not going to get satisfaction. You're not going to get happiness. You're not going to get all those things you want out there when this is not dealt with, when this is not seen, when you haven't integrated your shadow, when you haven't faced those fears, when you haven't peeled back that onion all the way and gone all the way. And so it's a journey. I'm not special. I'm not claiming anything about myself, but I've experienced this. I've touched true nature. I know what true nature is. I know my true nature. And honestly, I know that I'm not a separate person. This is just, I'm much bigger than that. I'm this. I'm life. Not Trevor. Not Trevor who does this, has this job, has this wife, has these friends, is interested in this, has this perspective, has this point of view. No. None of that. So, look within yourself and free yourself. You have the answers. You have the keys. But it does require some surrender, some true surrender and letting go, to see what's really here and to reveal your true nature.